Right now, the world is watching a war unfold between America, Israel, and Iran. But while everyone was focused on that, something else happened. Something that sent shockwaves through the global financial system. France quietly pulled every single ounce of its gold out of American vaults. And not just that, they made a jaw-dropping 15 billion US dollars profit while doing it. This is not a movie. This actually happened between July 2025 and January 2026. And if you think this is just France and America's problem, stay with me. Because what this move signals for the world, for the dollar, and for countries like India is something nobody is talking about loudly enough. Let's break it all down from the very beginning. To understand this, we need to go back to 1944. World War II is almost over. The Allied powers are winning. But the world is completely broken. Economies are destroyed, currencies mean nothing, and nobody trusts anybody. So 44 countries sat together in a small town in America called Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, and made a deal that would shape the next 80 years of human history. They created two organizations you've definitely heard of, the IMF and the World Bank. But the bigger deal was this: America made a promise. Give us your gold, we will keep it safe. And we guarantee that $1 will always equal 1/35 of an ounce of gold. Come back anytime, we'll return your gold. At that time, this was a genius offer. The world was unstable. Governments were making promises nobody believed. But gold? Gold was real. Gold had value. So country after country said yes. And because dollar was now backed by gold and trusted by everyone, something magical happened. Countries started using the dollar as their trade currency. And how this favored the USA? Let's understand this by an example. Let's say UK sells chocolate to America. America pays in dollars. Now UK is sitting on dollars. What do they do with it? They invest it back into American treasury bonds and securities. That money goes back into the American economy. America grows stronger. This circle, this beautiful, clever circle made America the financial capital of the entire world. Now, here's where it gets interesting. America's promise sounded great, but by the early 1960s, France started noticing something. America was spending like crazy. The Cold War, the space race, the Apollo missions, wars in Korea and Vietnam, influence operations across Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. All of this was costing America billions and billions of dollars. France's president at the time, Charles de Gaulle, looked at this and said, wait, if America keeps spending like this, they won't be able to keep their gold promise. The dollar is going to collapse. And France didn't just talk, they acted. In the mid-1960s, France literally sent ships and aircraft to New York and brought back their good. Physical gold as per the promise, tons of it. Other countries started following. This panicked America, and what they did after this was something which the world has never thought of.
The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
And here, President Nixon announced that America would no longer convert dollars to gold. The promise was broken, just like that. And what happened to gold prices after that? Before Nixon's announcement, gold was fixed at $35 per ounce. After, it shot up to $800 per ounce within a decade. France, which had already taken its gold back, had won massively. This pattern of France sensing danger early, pulling its gold out and profiting is exactly what happened again 60 years later. Why this is bigger than just France? France's official statement? This was a technical decision. The old bars didn't meet modern standards. Nothing political. Maybe. But the world isn't buying that explanation. And here's why. Reason 1. The Russia precedent. In 2022, after Russia invaded Ukraine, Western nations, including America, froze Russia's central bank assets. About $300 billion just gone, locked, inaccessible, through. Every country in the world saw this and thought, if America can do this to Russia, they can do it to anyone. Reason 2. Germany. Germany currently has 1,236 tons of gold, which is about 37% of its total reserves stored in the US Federal Reserve. That's worth around $142 billion. And leading German economists are now saying publicly to take it back. One German economist even said, Trump is unpredictable and he does everything to generate revenue. That's why our gold is no longer safe in the Fed's vaults. Reason 3. The global gold rush. This isn't just Europe. The entire world is buying gold like never before. Central bank gold purchases since 2022 are more than twice their 2015-19 average. Since 2020, gold prices have risen by more than 230%. China, Turkey, India, Kazakhstan, everyone is stacking gold. France and these countries are part of a larger $5 trillion shift in global central bank reserves, moving away from US dollars and towards gold. And what does all this mean? Here's the simple truth. The world ran on a simple idea for 80 years. America is safe. Dollar is king. Store your assets in New York. That idea is cracking? Not breaking overnight, not collapsing tomorrow, but cracking. Countries are quietly asking, what if America uses our reserves against us, like they did with Russia? What if the dollar weakens further? What if Trump does something unpredictable? And gold, which has no country, no government, no political agenda, is the answer they keep coming back to. Gold carries no counterparty risk. No foreign government controls it. In an era of sanctions, wars, and financial fragmentation, physical possession of gold has regained massive strategic value. Brussels signal, France understood this. That's why they moved first. JP Morgan projects gold could push toward $5,000 per ounce by the end of 2026, with $6,000 a possibility in the longer term. So what is France's gold move really telling us? It is telling us that the world's trust in America as the ultimate safekeeper, the ultimate financial superpower, is quietly but steadily eroding. It is telling us that gold is no longer just a shiny metal. It is geopolitical insurance. It is telling us that the rules of global finance that were written in 1944 are being quietly rewritten, not with declarations, but with quiet transactions, 26 trades at a time. France didn't fire a single bullet. They didn't give a single angry speech. They just sold 129 tons of gold at the perfect moment, bought it back smarter, pocketed $15 billion, and brought every last bar home to Paris. That, my friends, is power. Quiet, calculated financial power. And the question now is, who does it next?